Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all.
What it is? What's good? What's good? Sixth element of hip hop. I'm your host Reno Noir. This is my man Raw Talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we running late. We straight. We all right. Sup, Corey? Salute everybody. Yeah, man. Apologies for the late arrival. We had some technical issues, but we here. And yeah, man, we got a dope show. Of course, as always, it's DC Power Hour. So we're gonna get into that DC goodness because there's a lot of good DC-ness going down right now. Some new updates and news and shit like that. But yeah, before we sort of hop into the DC world, a real quick little dip into the G.I. Joe universe, because we had the London Comic-Con just now. Was it 2 days ago or yesterday? And they revealed some new classified joints that are coming out, and they look pretty dope. I've been waiting for one of these for a long time. Finally seeing them. I dig it. So let's check them out. This one though, first, this is a character that came real late in the game. I believe it's like from 89, which I call late in the game because for me G.I. Joe is like from 83 to 89, and that's where it stops. But after that I was not into it. But after the Sunbow show and stuff was over. But Frag Viper was a fan favorite back in the day. And it looks pretty dope. I'm digging it. It looks a lot like the O-ring figure, solid orange with the big what do you call it? Looking like what was that show? Fallout?
Yeah.
A Fallout head. And yeah, it looks like he's got some reuse, probably from a couple of those what was that, zombie dudes. And then I think that backpack, I don't know, it reminds me, it seems familiar. Not sure.
Nah, I think that's a whole new retooling with the backpack. Yeah. I know that rope or that sash, whatever, look like something from Alpine, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or something. But all in all, I just think they're doing dope stuff. It's just they're giving you, like I said, they double dipping. They're giving you the modern, and then they're gonna hit you with the retro.
Right. And yeah, and Lenny said, that pretty much every figure is gonna have a retro, which I'm not mad at. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Hunter Iggy, 6 Element Hip Hop. Don't forget that Creature Commandos will take place between season 1 and season 2 of Peacemaker.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. And and it's gonna be the first thing in the DCU. But yeah, Frag Viper, he's got like a lacrosse, a highlight. What do you call it? What do they call it? The thing that you throw the.
I know what you're talking about, but I forget.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So and then there's like a little, it looks like a grenade thing that he's launching out of the highlight stick, whatever. And then there's a backpack full of them, which I guess that's what those are. So after the Frag Viper, this guy I've been really waiting on. It was a figure that I don't know if I really dug it as a kid, but it was really iconic, and I'm all about the nostalgia for this stuff. That's why I'm into it. So I'm happy to see finally that they're doing Blowtorch.
Yeah, Blowtorch is one of the dope. I got my Blowtorch right here, the O-ring one.
Yeah, the O-ring.
Yeah. I'll show you. I have a few of them actually. I got like three of them. But
nice. Yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Yeah, them doing it is dope. But you see how the modernization,
right?
Talking wrong, but
yeah,
of it
Right.
Reminds me of the blowtorch from I think it's Rise of Cobra, the
Mm.
2000 and I forget what line, 2005 or some shit like that. Like
From
the
that
more
movie?
ones. No, the more modern ones. The
Oh.
4-inch Joes. Like the
Oh,
25th.
right. Right. Yeah, I know the ones you're talking about. I know the
Yeah,
ones you're talking about.
so that's what that reminds me of, literally. Because that 25th anniversary one, that's what he looks like actually.
So, and I just confirmed we are looking at definitely blowtorch torch's backpack.
Oh yes, sir.
There's the ching, there he is. So what they kind of looks like they swapped the yellow and the black color.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the middle one's black and the big tanks are yellow,
Mhm.
whereas on torches the middle one's yellow and the big tanks are black. And it's got the same little piece down there, so it's got the same tube. And then you can see there's the flamethrower that it plugs into
Yeah.
in green. And then also got torches same flame effects.
Mhm.
So those are the same flame effects torch has. You see on the end of his gun there, there's a little
Yeah.
flame sticking out. That's right down in the bottom right corner. You'll see right above the Hasbro logo on
Yeah.
this photo here. But yeah, it's the same three blast effects for the torch. But yeah, I mean the ring things being silver, that's obviously different than the O-ring version where I think they were all just yellow and red.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the modern take on it because the
right,
25th had that.
right.
Which is still dope. I mean, hey.
So, dude, I love it. I love it. And then the black trim and everything, obviously that's so. And then of course, I can't wait for the retro version of Blowtorch, which will probably have, you
Mhm.
know, all yellow instead of black,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, but yeah, and hopefully we will actually, like Lenny said, really get a retro for every figure. That's a long way to go. That's a lot of retros.
I remember
But
saying that 3 years ago, man.
yeah,
Telling everybody, yeah, they eventually because everybody in the beginning was arguing over why are they in gold? Why did the first Joes? Why they make them like this? Why couldn't they make them just like the O rings and stuff like?
right,
There was always a big contention. So now that they're doing it,
right.
people got an issue now because they're so hyped up. They want to buy the market. They're buying the figures straight out and realizing now they come in with the retro. Why do this now?
Yeah,
That's
I see people on Instagram complaining about the retro, and it's like that's really all. I'd be happy if it was nothing but retro. I was one of the early ones early on when Classified first came out. I wasn't even into it. The Snake Eyes I bought, the rest of them I was like, nah. Like I bought the Gung Ho. I was like, but damn, like I was like, I need that turquoise camo Gung Ho, like the one from the O ring, and I really wanted that. And when they finally came out with them, I think that first retro gung ho was probably like it was my favorite classified figure at the time when it came out because it was so like the 80s one and looked so retro. It was just the most nostalgic figure that they had at the time, in my opinion. And I'm down with that. And like you said, man, everybody at first was crying like that, and then now the retros. Why are they doing retros? I don't like these, bro. The retros to me, it's the
Mhm.
dopest. It's the dopest thing.
And that gun hole, what you speak of, is the catalyst and the decision making for them to move forward with the retro. That figure alone was the figure that said, "Oh, this proves to us that we want to make these retros now, and we have buyers for it. So now we're good." And then
Yeah,
when they did the Storm Shadow, that sealed the deal.
yeah. This blew up. This blew the fuck up.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was crazy.
He was
Still
crazy.
dope, still dope
Still,
figure.
still one of my favorite figures.
Yeah,
Yes, because it's retro, because it reminds me of the eight. It you know, like I
mm,
said, it's got the most nostalgia power. Um, Let me
yeah,
think. Oh, that Storm Shadow,
yeah. That Storm Shadow too.
and he's not a retro. So
Mm.
he's not a retro. He's not a retro card back anyway, but he's very much like the O-ring figure.
Yeah. And then they have the retro car back one, but with his hands, his regular hands. It's not with Yeah, they did a retro Storm Shadow.
What?
But it's not in the retro form as remember
Like a
Storm
card
Shadow
back?
sleeves, huh? He has
It
the
has.
card back and everything. Yes, they
Oh
did it.
man, I'm slipping.
Yeah, they did the card back and everything, bro. Yep.
I'm slipping hard. Then. Yeah, I need that. Yep. Yeah. I need
And
that.
it's only the only real difference I think is the hands part.
Oh yeah. What the fuck am I thinking, bro? Yeah, he came out with the line with Destro and Gung Ho
Yeah,
and Zartan.
Zartan. Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. So let
and
me compare.
retro sneak eyes. Yep.
You're right. I don't really see a difference, except like you said, his hands don't have gloves on them.
Yeah, he
It's
don't
the
have
only
the
difference.
gloves.
Yeah. Okay. The arm gloves are wraps like
Yeah.
his ankles are. That's the only difference that I really see.
Mm-hmm. That's
Man,
all.
it's
And
hell of a
that's not even a true retroing of the retro.
right.
Because
No.
remember, Storm Shadow had sleeves.
Right.
You know what I
Wait.
mean? He didn't have cutoff. He had actual
He had
sleeves.
like short sleeves, wasn't it?
Short sleeve, like a t-shirt sleeve.
Like short sleeves though.
Let
Yeah.
me show you. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Grab them up right now. My O-ring.
So you know what I think it is? Maybe they're going by the retro packaging because on the packaging he does have a cutoff. And
See?
see, yeah, I see the toy has short sleeves. So they should have done the retro with the short sleeves like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I knew
Yeah.
they were slipping up
Yeah.
because he should have had sleeves.
Yeah. That's dope. Man, I gotta get that retro Storm Shadow though. I'm slipping. I need that retro Zartan too. I want to get the color change one, but that shit's like
Mm.
$200. I don't even know
Ah.
where you can get that damn. But what I'm really hoping they do is a retro version 2 Storm Shadow
Oh, they're
because
doing it.
yeah,
They
when they do it though, I really hope do a better hood, and I hope I hope they take that big ass cummerbund fucking pouch thing off.
yeah, they actually said they're gonna do that. They're gonna tone down. They're gonna get rid of the blacks, and it's gonna be all gray. And then there's going the only red is gonna be I think is the backpack and the sword. I believe is only red they're gonna have. So
Cause
yeah, they're gonna retro it.
yeah, it doesn't the original Storm Shadow. I thought all his weapons are red. I mean
No, no, no.
the
It's
O-ring.
just this backpack, the sword, the bow.
The bow is black. I'm looking at it
Bow is
right now.
black, and the claw, the one claw,
The one
black.
claw's black. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have that in my bin somewhere.
Eh,
But I also
yeah.
have a 25th anniversary, which I think they based a lot of stuff off of too. And I have the card back; it's on the wall. But that's similar to the retro one, but they added a little nuances. See
Yeah.
how it's all white, no black, just gray. The only black is in the weapon. And there you have it.
Yeah, man. I really can't wait for that. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's smart in their part. I mean, it's double dipping, but at the same time, it
Yeah.
appeases those who want that retro look. I mean,
Like I said, for me, I love it. And I would, you know, like if it was if I was fully confident that they were gonna get to every figure in a retro line, I would like to think that I would just wait for them all, but I don't know. I can't wait that long. They
mm,
they be far and few between. And like I said, this isn't like these aren't the dreadnoughts and shit. They weren't retro, but they look just like the 80s ones to me.
yeah, yeah,
Like I don't need it to be identical. I just need to be able to, if I glance at it, I immediately know who that is.
yeah,
Problem with the original wave of classified, it was not that case. If you glanced at those, you wouldn't know what franchise it was,
yeah,
who those characters are, except for like Snake Eye, Snake Eyes and shit. But
yeah,
so as long as I can glance at it and know exactly who that is, it's iconic. It stands out. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
What's
It
up,
don't have to
Slim
be
Jim?
identical.
Hunter Iggy.
Yo, salute, Slim Jim, salute.
Hunter Iggy in the house, Corey. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, they're doing what they do. It's just, I mean, I'm out the game, so
Right.
I'm fully O-ring, but I can appreciate what they're doing as far as the artistic approach to it. They modernizing it, and then they're gonna hit you with the retro. So
Yep.
you can make that decision. If you want to buy both, you buy both. If you want to buy one or the other, that's your choice. And and
Yep.
and and I think that's a good deal. You
It
know,
is.
you
Yeah.
know.
And this guy here, I mean, this is the alternate head. Yeah, I'm not gonna use this head. I'm gonna use the head that looks more like the O-ring head, the original head, the movie head. I'm not really happy with the wings. I don't think they look great.
You know what wings they look like?
They're mad scrawny and shit, and like
They look like the wings from my man who the Jeepers Creepers.
yeah, exactly.
They
They
look like
do.
the Creepers joint.
It
Yeah.
does remind me of that a lot. And but I'm pissed at Hasbro for making me miss on the Once a Man. I got the Once a Man. They fucked me out of it. The first time they put it out, it was sold out in 3 minutes. Nobody got one
Yeah.
except the scalpers. They put it out again without telling anybody, and I caught it and I saw it and I ordered it and I had it. Like 2 weeks later, however long, they apparently charged the card that I put it on. Because I always use a card, but I don't really keep money in that account. I just use that card to pre-order shit, and then when the shit come out, I'll throw the money in there and pay for the pre-order. But I didn't get the notification that they charged the card, and so they said they charged it a few times and then canceled my order. And I'm like, bro, how you gonna cancel the Once a Man, dog? You could have emailed me or something. Like, we emailed. I didn't get no email, dog. None. I checked all my spam folders and everything, and they normally do send an email when that happens. So I feel like they purposely like tried to get as many Once a Mans, because people that are just buying one, they don't give a fuck about you. You know who they want? They want the scalp. See, people are, why do they let scalpers? Bro, Hasbro's a business. They want scalpers because scalpers buy in bulk.
Yes.
They want a guy who's buying 5 Once a Mans over one.
Most scalpers we think are some kid or somebody. No, they're some 9 times out of 10 mom and pop shops.
They're businesses
that don't have accounts with Hasbro and can't get them, so they get it that way.
eBay businesses and stuff.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, the wings could have been better. I'm not mad at all at the body shape. I think the body looks cool. He's definitely recognizable enough, so that's why I'm happy. That's fine. Globulus, I'll definitely get him, and hopefully, the Once a Man will be the only one from the Cobra La line that I miss.
But yeah, you can probably pick that up now, because I've seen a lot, even on Macari, that are loose for a good price, a decent price. So
yeah, maybe
you could probably find them there, because it spread like wildfire, because there was so many of them, so much of them now, and it's like those same scalpers is like, oh, damn, we bought these and they still have them out there. It's not as
yo. I'm sorry, y'all. I know we're gonna get to the DC stuff. I'm gonna zip through this here. This is one I didn't know they were even about to drop, so this was a surprise for me. What's his name? Hardball?
Heavy Duty.
Oh, Heavy Duty, right? Heavy Duty. He must have came out later.
Yeah, he came out a little bit
like
late.
90 or something.
90. Hold on, matter of fact, sitting here with the actual the guy, the Bible, so to speak, for the GI.
I just don't remember him from the 80s. Heavy Duty, but I'm still gonna pick him up because it's iconic enough. I mean, I've seen a lot of the art for him, and I feel like I know who the character is, but I just can't place.
Yeah, he was in the Deke cartoon.
That's what it is.
Yeah, he was in the Deke cartoon, and
with Naugahyde. Yeah, with Naugahyde.
Yeah, and all them characters. He has to be. I was in the 91 area, so he has to be 89. Let's look. We're gonna
Yeah,
go.
because 89 is I looked at all the waves, and 89 is the last wave that I got anything from, and I didn't get all of it. Like, that was the last wave that I didn't get all of it. Like 88, 87, 86, I had every figure.
Yeah, because Frag Viper is 89.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I had Frag Viper, but I didn't have all the 89 figures because I looked at the whole wave, and some of those I didn't get. So it must have been somewhere in 1989 that I stopped playing with G.I. Joe. And that was 5th grade. So it's probably the summer after that 5th grade or something like that when I turned after I turned 11. But there he is. And then the no names are the name onlys. Fuck, I'm talking about no names. The name onlys, and these are the retros. Flint, CoverGirl, and Televiper. So they're doing a retro version of each of those, which I'm super excited about, really, because I love any retro figures. I love them. Televiper, I thought the classified Televiper was definitely iconic enough, definitely looked familiar enough, looks enough like the original Televiper that I can glance at it and know what it is, so I'm not mad at it. CoverGirl, I actually just ordered the other day. I have not had a CoverGirl, so I just finally got a CoverGirl. Yeah, but this CoverGirl is rumored to going to be the long blonde hair one.
Oh, okay.
First one from the cartoon.
Yeah, from the cartoon, the original CoverGirl.
Right.
Yeah, right. Heavy Duty's from 91.
Okay. Yeah, he's got to be, because I definitely didn't see him as a kid.
Yeah.
Flint, though, the Flint the classified Flint looks pretty damn close to the original. So this will be one of those retros where they don't change too much, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe the face. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Maybe the bullet, the bullet holster, and maybe his belt or the camouflage. More likely the camouflage pants because they were different. Yeah, see. Yeah, see. Look, you got him there. So the pants. Remember his camouflage, I think, was brown. Like a brownish. Hold on.
They gave him the brown gloves. He got the bullet chest thing. He's got, maybe, I don't know. Maybe so he's wearing a bulletproof vest here. Maybe they'll take the bulletproof vest out and just have the bullet straps on his shirt like he has on the original figure. And then, like you said, his pants, I think, are definitely a different color.
Yeah, let me look at them now. Actually,
you got the O-ring figure, right?
Oh yeah, so yeah, the gloves are brown. The camo was kind of brownish. Let's see. He had shorter sleeves rolled up, but yeah, that's damn near close to him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may just take off that bulletproof padding and just the gun belt, what have you.
Yeah. Cause see, that's a whole vest.
Yeah, so they're gonna get rid of the vest and put straps, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing they could do. And then backpack, his backpack.
That's like to hold his shotgun.
Yes, they give him a backpack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, give him his OG weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the OG colorways, the green.
Right.
Yeah. No. At any rate, it's still dope.
Absolutely.
I thought that was the dopest figure they did as far as getting them on point without really, you can modernize them but keep them old school. And I thought that was a perfect representation. His figure. And then all of a sudden, that's why I kept on. Yo, I started that, bro.
You were the first one I heard say that, but this shit is all over IG. Because we definitely said it on here. This cat everybody talking about it. This is the Mandalorian figure, which looks nothing like Pedro Pascal at all.
No.
And then the Footloose figure, who looks exactly like Pedro Pascal. That's a fucking Hot Toys of Pedro Pascal. Like, that's an identical. That's Pedro. He fucking sat for that.
I swear, when I first seen it, I was like, that's not Footloose, that's Pedro Pascal. Straight off, and I started blasting at everyone. Why are they making Pedro Pascal into G.I. Joe? Is he gonna play Footloose in the movie or something?
Word.
I'm like, yo. Yep, because it looks just like him.
And here's another figure that, you know, when they make the retro, there's not much they can change because he's pretty close to the original figure. I hope they do, like you said, a more Vietnam style helmet, but definitely with bigger leafage, bigger foliage, like he had. That just reminds me of the cartoon. I don't really remember the figure's helmet, what it had on it, if it had leafage.
Oh, it had leaves. It was a Vietnam type helmet, definitely.
Right.
It didn't have any the connector for the infrared and stuff. It didn't have that because that's all modern. They didn't have that back then. So he had the leaf, and I think he had a thing where he had damn, I got the figure, but it'll be hell going through shit. But for the most part, yeah, he had the leaves and shit, man. And I mean, but they're gonna do them. They're gonna do them right. Don't worry. They're gonna get to them nicely. You can bet that because they want that paper. They want that paper.
It's time, y'all. Yes, sir. It's
time for the DC Power
Hour.
Yes, that other stuff. Let's get to the realness of today.
To the Riggy Real. So here it is, y'all. Here's just a quick little thing to start us off. This is a little thing that they made up, and I thought was a nice intro to what we're about to be talking about. A little few minute thing. Hopefully we'll be allowed to watch it here.
You put it on this certain speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it here, and I don't know. It's not even a YouTube video, so let's go ahead and run it.
Network section title, the nickname is being retired in favor of writer-director co-head honcho James Gunn's DC Universe, or DCU. Gunn and DC Studios co-chair Peter Safran have big plans for a more realistic, interconnected universe that has the same actors playing the same roles across films and series, which makes sense considering that Gunn found great success in the MCU with his Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy.
And I think it was the best thing that the MCU did. In my opinion, these are the best MCU movies.
Yeah, and it was separate. They were in continuity, but they were separate from everybody else. But it made sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're in space, so yeah, exactly. And
then when they showed up in the end game and that whole thing, it made it even better because it's like Star-Lord and Tony Stark going back and forth with Doctor Strange. That was classic. That was so beautiful. I was like, oh, I love it.
Dog. Yeah. it really was. And like, I wouldn't expect to say that, you know what I mean? Like Guardians of the Galaxy, it's clearly not. You can't blame it on like, oh, well, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, like of course, like it's not Spider-Man, it's not Batman, it's not a main fucking known. It's not even Iron Man, which was a fucking pretty much nobody character as far as popularity goes, globally. Guardians of the Galaxy was unknown. Unless you were a comic fan, you had never heard of them before. I don't care who you are or what you say. If you were not a comic fan, you have never heard of them. And not even all comic fans had heard of them.
True. Because there were different renditions of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It was
never it was never a successful book. So it never like blew up, and it didn't have a lot and they didn't like put it in other titles a lot. And like it was a niche book.
Yeah.
It had a niche audience.
They were good for team ups when it came to galactic stuff. Like let's say the Fantastic Four was traveling in space, they would meet up with one or two of
the Guardians,
and stuff like that. Yeah,
right. Yeah, they would be the cosmic heroes, and but I think I guess my point is that I think it proves that James Gunn, knows what the fuck he's doing. because you can't blame the success on the popularity of the characters. Same thing with Suicide Squad. Same thing with Peacemaker.
Yeah.
These are all relatively unknown characters that James Gunn has made huge phenomenons out of, huge franchises. Now let's give him a character like Superman and see what he does.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about. You know,
character. Like one of the oldest
Right.
characters was Peacemaker out of DC. The oldest,
Yeah.
one of the oldest. Made him relevant.
Yep. And Vigilante and shit was on there. Like that was crazy pulling him out the box. Vigilante super unknown. I had to buy a Vigilante comic and throw it on my wall because that shit was so dope.
Yeah, man.
And its phases, Gunn's DCU will be divided into the entirely novel chapters, beginning with numero uno, subtitled Gods and Monsters, which takes flight in summer 2025 with DC's original deity in blue tights, Superman.
That was my guy.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Takes on the Clark Kent role in Superman Legacy, with Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane and Skylar Cassandra as Jimmy Olsen.
Okay.
I dig the casting though. Like that
just like him.
It fucking works.
And the other guy looks like Cavill's little brother.
He does, bro. He does. He really does. Like and dude is hub, dude. Dude is hub. He got jacked.
Nice.
Would definitely sound similar to Zack Snyder's 2013 launch of the DCEU, Man of Steel. Although Henry Cavill's Superman was treated as an invading alien, and judging by the DCU's Chapter 1 title, David Hornswet will be seen as a god. Or
so basically, the title Gods and Monsters, you know, like the DCEU, which is where Man of Steel and shit is from, is more scientific. It's more like they said, aliens. Like he's an alien.
Yeah.
Gods and monsters, those are supernatural things. Gods and monsters, those aren't scientific things. Those aren't aliens. By definition, a monster is unnatural. It's something outside of nature. And obviously, you know, gods. That's so. You know, the opposite of science. So yeah, it's definitely a very meaningful title.
Or it can be based on powers. It can
Right.
be based on powers. Like, okay, he got God-like power, but he's fighting these monsters, these demons and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course. Definitely, there's a lot of meanings to it. Yeah, it definitely means that too. But I hadn't really thought about the fact that the DCEU, the Man of Steel Superman, was more of like an alien, and that was very much, there's a spaceship and there's, you know, it's got a very sci-fi aspect to it. And then taking the title and calling it Gods and Monsters, which is the opposite of sci-fi, which is the opposite of science, opposite of aliens and shit. It kind of tells us that he's going for a more comic book, a more, you know, a less realistic, sciencey version, which I love, which I'm super excited about.
Hunter Iggy, what's up, man? He said saying that James Gunn, the Suicide Squad, because it did not get money back, and
because it did not back money back, and I'll say because it came out C-19. I'm not sure what exactly all that meant, but Snyder Brothers saying that James Gunn, the Suicide Squad, failed because the first Suicide Squad failed, but James Gunn's Suicide Squad, I mean, it failed maybe box office. Well, I don't know if it failed. I mean, I thought it was really good. Like, I thought James Gunn's Suicide Squad saved the Suicide Squad franchise. The first one with Will Smith, I thought that movie was trash. I didn't like it at all.
Well,
Two Dog's favorite Joker, I couldn't stand it. Like, at the time, I haven't watched it in 10 odd years, so maybe if I gave it another chance, I don't know. Didn't like the first one. Second one was crazy. It was mad like a comic. Like, I loved it. Like,
the first one, I like both Suicide Squads, honestly. I just didn't. The only thing I didn't like was the plot, and the plot was everybody's fighting a witch and her brother. I didn't like that. I thought it would have been more of a well-known villain Even though they had the
Right.
jerk in there, they just had him as an accent. They should have had a more well-known or something dealing with Lex Luthor or something like that. Some
Right.
villain that tier level. That would
Right.
have been better than a witch. A witch, come on, man. You know what I mean? Come on.
Exactly. You know, I mean, but bringing Starro in,
Yeah, that Starro shit was big business.
that's brave.
Yeah.
Like only Gunn would do that, and that's why I'm excited, y'all, about this DCU, because I know what Gunn is capable of, and I know what he's willing to do, and I know that, you know, he'll do the shit that Hollywood normally wouldn't do. He'll give us the comic book characters Hollywood normally wouldn't give us. Any Superman movie you can think of, they are all just Superman. You don't ever see the Green Lantern pop in. You don't see the Flash walk up. Batman don't say shit. No one else is there. But in the comics and in the cartoons, when you see Superman, he's hollering at Batman. Green Lantern then flew by and said some shit. Everyone's there. Like it's a comic, right? And Gunn, the first time, is giving us a Superman movie with like 7 other comic characters in it, at least.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. There's Guy Gardner, Green Lantern's gonna be in there, Hog Girl, man.
It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be like a comic. So it's gonna be the first Superman movie I feel that's gonna really feel like a Superman comic book or a Superman cartoon or something Superman-y that's not like a movie. And man, like
I can't wait for him to do the Batman that we all know that's always steps ahead of everybody else. But then you get the Flash and Green Lantern that would always be shitting on Batman, like, yo, you already knew that, didn't you? And,
right.
And Batman always smirking, like, yeah, of course I did.
and I hate to like jinx it, but you know, and so there's the DC has the Batman, which with Robert Pattinson, that's the separate universe. It's Elseworlds, you know, it's not part of the DCU. It's not part of this universe. So the Robert Pattinson Batman will never meet this Superman. It's a different universe. But James Gunn will have his own Batman. And it's going to be called Brave and the Bold, which is from a Batman comic called Brave and the Bold. Robin will be in it. Damian Wayne, Robin will be in it. Probably Dick Grayson as Nightwing. That's what I'm like. Come on, B.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
And bro, if he does the gray and blue suit, I'll fucking.
Yeah, bro. Great. I want to see Nightwing in the in the 1970s suit.
Where the yellow and the big yellow collar and shit, the funky collar.
Yeah, I want to see him. He'll do some shit like that. Like, oh yeah, I remember back in the 70s or whatever. It depends on how they put it out.
Or just like take it out the closet, like go to put it on and be like, nah, I got the upgrade.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Kind of like Power Man did.
Yeah.
Well, he wore that shit for a couple. He grabbed the lady's shirt off the clothesline and put the blouse on. I was like, oh Lord.
Yeah, wow.
That was funny though.
Takes one to know one. Rounding out the cast are a duo of arch enemies: Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor and Sean Gunn as Maxwell.
So, Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult. Beast. He played Beast. He's obviously a very young Lex Luthor. I don't know if I like that. Yeah. What
Nicholas Hoult, he was young when he was in the X-Men. Now I think that's a picture. It's a good picture, but I think he's more gristled now. He's more of an older gristled guy compared to the other characters. So he will look the oldest out of all of them, I believe. Besides Gunn's brother, of course.
Right, Sean. Yeah, I hope so because I mean, when I think of Lex Luthor, you know, I mean, you had Gene Hackman, you had I don't know, I think of like fucking Telly Savalas, you know what I mean? Like, I can think of like an older dude, like an old bald guy. But we'll see. Because I don't know. I'm not saying that Nicholas Hoult is like hella young, a kid or anything, but he seems more closely related to Superman's age. And I always felt like Lex Luthor should be like twice his age.
Because they both went. I think in Smallville they did it where they
were similar age in Smallville. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
weird.
It's
But
just how I think of him. I just feel like Lex Luthor was always like an older dude. But I'm not listen. That's why I do this show. Is why I do DC Power, because I'm not a DC reader. I'm not a DC comic guy per se. Not that I don't like it. I just wasn't reading it as a kid. I was doing Marvel, and so I don't really know the dynamic in the comics. I just know, like I said, from the movies, I always feel like Lex Luthor was always, an older guy, and Superman was always like, in his 20s and early 30s at the most. But I don't know. Let's see what it does.
And Sean Gunn is Maxwell Lord. And on the superhero side, Justice Leaguer's Isabella Merced is Hawk Girl, and Anthony Kerrigan is Metamorpho. Plus, Maria is the Engineer, and Nathan Fillion is the Gardner version of the Green Lantern. Remember
That's a fucking big ass cast of characters for a Superman film, y'all.
yeah, that
Come
guy
on.
Gardner right there is going to be the linchpin of the comedy part of it, because he's
Yep.
an asshole.
He's a real asshole. Yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah. I mean, and in the Engineer from the what do you call it, the Authority, she'll be in it. So hang on, let me let Stu Dog in the building. Oh no, this ain't Stu, this is Sada. Stu,
Hey,
Hi.
what's up, Sada?
What's
What's
up?
happening?
Hey
how you
guys.
doing? How you
What's
doing?
I'm
going
doing
on?
good. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we just about to talk about these or we're looking at what's in the Superman movie, the characters in the Superman movie. So these, and let's see who they're talking about now.
circle back around to them as the DCU expands. But first, we need to address the two series slated for 2024 that are technically part of Chapter 1, but are also connected back to the DCEU via the Suicide Squad's feared leader, Amanda Waller, who is still being played by Michael Davis.
And that's crazy because they are trying to separate the DCEU from the DCU. So they're by mixing actors and stuff, it can be confusing. But Peacemaker is one of the shows that is gonna cross over, which it's Gunn show, so I expected it. But we'll see how that goes.
Although Viola Davis played Waller in David Ayer's Suicide Squad from 2016, both the 2021 soft reboot by James Gunn and his Peacemaker spin-off series with John Cena featured Davis in the role. Davis will play Waller at least twice more in an animated series called Creature Commandos that appears to be a prequel to the Suicide Squad, since it features a monstrous team of outcasts who were first assembled in the comics to fight Nazis during the
That's interesting. So Creature Commandos being a prequel to the Suicide Squad is an interesting shit I never heard. But Amanda Waller being involved and the animated Creature Commandos, Amanda Waller would play. So any actor, or rather any character that's in an animated film is going to be voiced by the same actor that plays them in the movie or the show. Even if it's a video game, they're gonna voice act the character in the video game. So they're trying to keep it, a big linked universe. They want to do what Marvel did really bad. But Gunn, yeah, but we'll see, because like I said, we know Gunn has the track record of making dope ensemble comic-y movies.
Yeah.
War II, and is being led by Rick Flag Sr., father of the Suicide Squad leader, Rick Flag Jr. Frank Grillo voices the senior Flag, while David Harbour plays Eric Frankenstein.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. David Harbour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frankenstein. And I keep stopping it, y'all, because I don't want YouTube. I think as long as we're stopping it and talking about it, they won't flag it or stop the stream. But yeah, we're talking about it. We're not just sitting here watching their content. We are talking about it. But check out IMDb's page, y'all. So on IMDb's page, you can go to imdb.com and watch this here. It says, "Where does DC go from here?"
Zoe Chow is amphibious scientist Nina Mazursky. Alan Tudyk is the radioactive Dr. Phosphorus, and Sean Gunn turns
Who? Alan Tudyk?
Yeah, I can see him because He always plays those weird
He does.
dudes.
Yeah, he does. It reminded me of what you call it, Doom Patrol, because he's
Yeah,
in Doom Patrol. I
yeah.
think, isn't he?
Hold on, no.
Him? Oh,
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I
I
think
thought
he
he
was
was
like the
in the
Invisible
first
Man or some
season.
shit. Yeah, he's like the Invisible Man or something.
Yeah. But I remember him way back with what was it,
He's
Serenity?
in that Dodgeball movie too. I know he was the pirate guy.
But he
He's in.
was also in Serenity, I think, or
Oh,
something,
really?
or
Well, Nathan Fillion was in that too.
yeah, something like that.
The Guy Gardner guy, he was in that too. Serenity.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And I want to find out if James Gunn had anything to do with that show. I'm going to do
Mm,
my research on that.
yeah. He might.
Radioactive Dr. Phosphorus, and Sean Gunn returns as Weasel, who is a weasel.
Word.
Yo,
Yeah, that was from Suicide Squad. Yeah.
The titular spin-off of a spin-off called Waller, which takes place after the events of Peacemaker Season 1. The pivot to center this series on her character was made so that Gunn can focus on other DCU films, although he considers the series an appetizer before Superman Legacy. Gunn also promises Peacemaker Season 2 somewhere down.
Eagle. Yeah, Peacemaker's crazy. It's really out there. Waller, I don't know if it's gonna be wild and crazy like Peacemaker is and super goofy and talking eagles and all that cool shit, or if it's gonna be like super serious or whatever. I don't know. What do y'all think about Waller? Can you take it or leave it?
I could leave it. I have very little interest in following Waller. I don't know that
Yeah.
that has the pull that maybe Gunn thinks it has. I'm sure people are going to tune in regardless. I just know for me, I could definitely leave it.
I think we get enough of her in Peacemaker and stuff like that. Like she's, you know, we get the dose of that character, which it's a cool character and all that, and Viola Davis kills it. But does she need her own show? And I think that's going to be like kind of drawn out. But maybe it will be some appetizer. They'll use it to tell shit that they couldn't fit into the Superman movie, which I think is what they'll do with a lot of these shows. It's what Marvel was supposed to be doing with their shows. Is basically the filler, the stuff between movies and stuff like that. But we'll see.
I don't know with Waller. I'm like I'm good with Waller.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want to. She can be the only one to play it because she was the most villainous at it. And
Yeah,
and I
it's a
think
dope character.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
a villain. Like
dope character.
it's like that one that I hate this broad,
Right.
but she plays it so well that got you convinced she's like crazy as hell. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I think
Yeah.
think it works, man.
I think it'll be decent.
her exploits. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it'll be decent. I just don't know if it's necessary or if like
well, I think it's necessary because she encounters a lot of heroes and villains
right.
in the comics, and she doesn't fear any of them. She's using them
Yeah.
to her advantage for
Right.
certain things she wants done.
Yeah.
So it's like her interacting. So that Wallace thing will bring a lot of different other characters into the fold that we didn't know she had access to, or she has on
Right.
her Rolodex type deal, or in her cell phone or what have you. She can call
Yeah.
in it's notice like you owe me this favor, do it or that else.
Because
So
here's everybody right there that she's in. Like, there's a picture of her with like all the different people that she fucks with, and most of these characters on this picture right here are already known to be in the DCU.
yeah, look at Johnny
Um,
right down there too.
yeah, and Nightwing, Hawkgirl, Shazam back there, fucking all the Green Lanterns. But well, yeah, it could be. I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna be a good show and all that. I don't know. I think we could have done without it. I think we could have got enough Waller in Peacemaker, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be a bad show at all. And Waller's a dope character. I just don't know if she's that dope. But we'll see.
She can be the glue to everything, though. If you think
Right.
about it.
That's what I'm saying. The show might be that. It might be a very important thing to be the filler and the glue and the web that links, hella movies or whatever. We'll see. So
Just like Nick Fury was the glue for all of the DC universe. I mean, not the DC, the Marvel universe,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
MCU. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. Have her like. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I mean, though. I mean, she could definitely be that Nick Fury character where she's popping up in almost every movie or something like that. But Nick Fury didn't need his own show or his own movie because he's in everything, and that's what
but
I mean. Like, I think she's in everything.
yeah, but he did get his own.
And that joint was awful. So,
Yeah,
you
I don't
know.
even want to talk about it.
Play taking.
Unfortunately,
Not a good.
that
Yeah,
joint was
exactly.
not
Yeah.
good.
Got myself right there. Bong!
You walked into that one.
Yeah.
But
I
let's
think
see.
I think I've always preferred Amanda in like smaller doses. I've never seen her as like in the Nick Fury type, like the overseer of like all the superheroes and like supervillains. I just think
Hmm.
she works for herself and of course amongst like the government, and she'll just like throw expendable bodies at her problems, which is great. I just don't know if like I personally do I need to see a show about that. Nah, I think if we have her in doses that's clearly conveyed, that's fine. But I mean, we'll see how it turns out. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it could be good. I just don't know if it was necessary, but maybe it will be necessary. Like Raw Talk said, maybe it will be there to be the glue or to fill in gaps that can't fit in a 2-hour movie or don't work right or don't make the story perfect in the movie. I don't know. We'll see. But there could be, or maybe it'll suck. Maybe it'll be like Nick Fury's show.
No, please God, no, please.
Monster series that continues with The Authority, another team up saga that originated outside the DC Comics continuity over at Wildstorm before being folded into DC in 2011. Similar to Suicide Squad, The Authority.
Yeah, so the Authority is a team that was created from another publisher, and I don't know if it's I think the writer or somebody involved. They brought it into DC and then they mashed it up with Justice League and Superman and all that.
Authority is a by any means necessary operation that will kill in the name of making the world.
And the Authority is one of those teams, like so many popular shows right now. I think of like The Boys or like, I don't know, Watchmen. I don't know. It just shows where the superhero team, Invincible, where they'll kill the bad guys. They'll kill anybody. They'll even kill like innocent people for the greater good. Like they're anti-heroes in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's edgy or whatever, but shit, I dig it. I'm from the 90s. I'm from the edgy. That's my shit. So I think it'll be dope. But they could turn it into a total like woke fest gooey nonsense show too, because there are homosexual characters, and that can go. We know how they can run with that and make it cheesy and corny and cringe. So we'll see.
But maybe Gunn, his take on it to be a little bit different. Maybe
Yeah.
have those aspects, but they won't be overly stressed about. They'll just
Right.
be like, yeah, we know
That's
that
what I hope.
society wouldn't. It's a normal thing. All right, let's
Yeah.
move on.
Right. Yeah, just like in the real world, like
Yeah.
no one gives a fuck. Like,
Yeah,
okay, cool, but
and good. We're good. As long as you doing your job, it don't fucking matter.
exactly.
It don't.
Safer place, and it's headed up by the liquid machinery-based Angela Spica, aka the Engineer, who will first see played by Maria Gabriela de Maria in Superman Legacy. See, told you she'd come back. Gunn announced 3 other films that introduce 3 of the most beloved characters from DC, and also Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. I love
You said-
Swamp Thing.
I love Swamp Thing. Fuck that. I would say 3 of the most beloved characters in DC, and also Supergirl.
No, I love Supergirl too. So
How do we
Um,
even have this conversation and Wonder Woman's like not in the lineup? Like that's just crazy. I don't understand that. I will never
Word.
understand that.
Maybe-
Yeah, we're gonna talk about her.
they maybe didn't throw her in there because they really, I think they can't really find a Wonder Woman because Gal Gadot is like she could still play Wonder Woman.
I hope
So
not.
you
But
know,
yeah.
so I think it may be that part, like trying to find someone similar.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I would want to see someone new, someone even younger, maybe. I don't know, someone just more like Linda, whatever, Linda Carter. That would
They
be
got
cool.
the costume too now. You know, that
Yeah.
costume. They may have some thing where she wears the '90s costume she had with the
Mhm.
pants and the
Mhm.
leather jacket.
But
Oh, that would be something.
one time, Gunn got to play that sound though. That dun, 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 dun. You know when she spins around
No,
on
yeah.
the show from the TV
Oh,
show.
that'd be dope if he does it where she spins around and chants.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I would love that. But Swamp Thing is I love Swamp Thing, bro. I fucking love Swamp Thing. The movie was like crazy to me when I was a kid. It was super. It affected me. I don't know why. Just I guess I was at a certain age and like I probably snuck in and saw it or something. I don't know. And it was just
And
crazy.
and it was comic booky.
Yes,
The
very.
transitions and everything in that
Ve-
show, I mean in that movie, was
Mhm.
I was like, oh snap.
Reminded me of like Creep Show or something. Like yeah,
There you go. There you have it. Yup. Creep show. Yup.
yep.
Just
And
like
then they did the Swamp Thing TV show recently, which was phenomenal. And I don't
Oh
know
yeah, but
why
that
that
was
got
prematurely canceled. Oof. I
what
know
the
people are
fuck.
still upset about that to this day.
damn, I
Mm.
got my collection there and I'm like, man, I wanted them to finish it. Man, why?
Man, that
And
was a great show.
to Krypton too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that went on for a little bit. Didn't that have like what 2, 3 seasons or something? And
Yeah,
then it was
and
over.
More than something, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
went crazy.
But what are they talking about? Okay.
Wayne's fractured relationship with his son, Damian Wayne.
Now I know this ain't your favorite Sada, but this is my
Hell
favorite.
no.
This is my favorite Robin. This is my favorite. Hold on, check this out. This is my favorite Robin.
Yeah, he's mine too because he's Bruce Wayne, man.
Yeah, he's a badass. Check him out.
Badass and he's somewhat of a dickhead.
Exactly. He's an
Can't
asshole.
stand him.
Which I understand because he is a prick.
Yep.
There's a cool cloth cape, cloth hood, cloth goods mixed.
Mm.
But yeah, really cool sculpt and shit that just came out from McFarlane.
That's a nice
Okay.
figure.
It
Looks
is.
more
It
anime
is.
based too.
And then and what's weird is I have like what? At least one other Damian Wayne figure. I got this one. I got two more. I got this one.
Oh yeah, he's dope. That's the vampire one.
Good
Yep.
golly. Whoa.
I got another one.
That's the other one when he has that fucking smirk on his face. Yeah, there you go with the smirk.
That one. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that figure, man. It's a dope figure.
I love it. But yeah, he's a dope character because he's like, he's a martial artist. He's trained by Ra's al Ghul. You know, the whatever. He's like Ra's al Ghul's DNA, Bruce Wayne's DNA. He's like
His grandfather. Yeah, he's
like he's crazy. But I get that he's a brat, and that's why a lot of people don't like him and stuff like that. But hang on, Hunter. Let's see. Did you see my comments? What did we see? Did you see my comments? All right, hang on. Did you check out Creature Commandos trailer from this past Sunday? We're about to watch it here in a minute. And Amanda Waller will lead into the Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah, it's gonna lead into a lot of shit. It's gonna lead into the Superman movie for sure.
Yep, you do know Batman is the only one Waller can't fuck with. She don't
Right.
like dealing with him because he's too smart for her. She's scared of Batman, literally scared of Batman.
Because he don't have powers just like she don't.
But he has wild connections and know
Just
how.
like she do. Right. They're good. Yeah, and she understands his fucking power.
Yeah. She's petrified of that motherfucker.
Absolutely.
The Flash director Andy Muschietti directs the film based in part on Grant Morrison's run on the comics from 2006.
So, okay, they're saying that Muschietti, the guy that made The Flash, is making the Brave and the Bold. I heard that is no longer.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I really hope that's the case because yeah.
I really hope that's the case too. This is that comic too. I just noticed.
Yeah,
Ooh, very
I
nice, very
recently
nice.
had that book and I sold it.
It this
Good
came
book.
with the Damian Wayne figure I showed you with the cloth hood. It
Yeah.
came with this. It came with this. It's what do you call it? The Page Punchers, McFarlane. So he'll give you a comic and a figure together.
Nice.
Cool.
It's a cool little thing he did. But yeah, like Grant Morrison, phenomenal comic, one of the best comic authors. If you haven't read Grant Morrison comics, you're not doing comics right. Go fucking read some Grant Morrison. But yeah, The Flash was not a good look. I did not like that movie at all. And it's not just because of what's his name. He ruined it, yes. And two of him really fucked it. But the movie was just not great. So I have no faith in this guy. I don't know what else he's done. So I can't and this is, one of my favorite. I mean, Damian Wayne, Batman, Grant Morrison. Come on. I need somebody to do this right.
And even with the Flash, bro, when you can find out who the villain is in the first 20 minutes of the movie or less than that,
Yeah.
it speaks volumes to your writing is trash. Like, I figured it out. Who was this other species? I already knew it was him. Like, no.
Right.
Plus the CW did something like that already.
Yeah. I was like, y'all, we're like 5 years too late. Like the CW already did it. Like, can we do something else? Like, I don't know.
Right.
Sad. Oh man, what he said, the prison hostages say the spook was beheaded right in front of them. How did you get out? I'm not just some stupid child. I want to help you, father. Only you and I can stand against my mother. I already have a partner. What have you done, Damien? Where's Robin? Ooh, Damien.
Crusader will be entirely separate from Matt Reeves.
He quit, father. There's a new Robin now.
The Batman with Robert Pattinson that's slated for 2025, as well as the 2 spin-off series in that universe. The Penguin starring Colin Farrell and the proposed Arkham Asylum series from the
Which
series.
has since been canceled.
Oh man, that was gonna be dope. Yeah.
That Arkham Asylum, yeah, man.
It could have been really boring and it could have been really dope.
If they would have just took my treatment, I sent the dude the treatment and he didn't respond.
If they would have, if you would have had like a dope Hugo Strange and a dope, Scarecrow and like some dope villains, like all the rogues passing through Arkham, that would be a fucking killer show. But it's going to be a bunch of completely unknown, made up characters, patients at Arkham, the doctor and the patient show, a psychology show.
Yeah. It was going to be a psychological type thriller where you would still have those characters, but those characters would be like a figment of Bruce's imagination because he would be the one that's in Arkham.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool if they did that. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
The Brave and the Bold is also separate from Todd Phillips' Joker sequel, which drops in 2024.
We know.
Girl, who gets her own film subtitled Woman of Tomorrow, based on the 2021 comic of the same name. Gunn says this star-spanning epic investigates the rivalry between cousins, Supergirl and Superman, and sounds a bit like his cosmic-bound Guardians trilogy. And I don't scare easily. Lastly, Indiana Jones, the Dial of Destiny director James.
Bro, I had the biggest crush on her when I was little.
Mangold, horror film about the origin of Swamp Thing. Mangold, who also helmed dark comic book favorite Logan, has a Bob Dylan biopic with Timothy Chalamet, a Star Wars film on his dance card.
Oh man, this film right here, Dawn of the Jedi. Oh my god, don't get me started. This comic series is the shit. It's the shit, bro. It's the shit. I'm not gonna get into it because I'll fucking geek the fuck out and go on a tangent. But the guy that was making it, the guy that they're talking about, the guy that's making this made Logan and stuff like that. Great filmmaker. he got tainted by Kathleen Kennedy and them, and the whole Rey fucking shit, and that whole Disney Star Wars, universe that no Star Wars fan seems to like, but Disney just for some reason keeps pumping. They are going to this dude, the Dawn of the Jedi guy, who's making it's just like what it sounds like. Dawn of the Jedi. It's the origins of the Jedi religion and everything, like 30,000 years or 100,000 years before Luke Skywalker, right? Like,
Okay.
And so what they're gonna do, what they are doing, is they're gonna manipulate the story so that it backs up all the Disney bullshit that they've been doing that has broken canon and just everyone complained about but makes no sense. And so they're gonna shoehorn that shit in and Rey and make the Jedi all about like it's made by women and this whole thing like this bro, oh man, it's gonna be bad.
Before he gets to Swamp Thing, but Gunn and Safford pledge that this is a passion project for the writer-director.
Much beauty in
My favorite.
Much beauty.
Adrian Barbeau.
If you only look.
Series are in development for Chapter 1, including Lanterns, which is a true detective-style mystery series focusing on Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
Super excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jon Stewart's gonna be played by that one dude who did the Rebel Ridge show, movie, Rebel Ridge movie, and guy and Hal Jordan is what's his name? Damn, I forgot his damn name. But he's an older dude. Fuck, I forgot his name. Maybe I'll say it. But this guy, Nathan Fillion, is playing another Green Lantern. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is dope. No one else would do this but Gunn. No one else in Hollywood would do this. 2 Green Lanterns in one universe. Oh, oh God. That's how the comics are, bro. That's how the comics have what? My bad. 3 Green Lanterns. Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, and Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
I believe there's rumors of Kyle Rayner popping in there somewhere. But
and
man,
the other
like
female Green Lantern as well.
Female Green Lantern, yeah. Like they're definitely gonna
forget her name.
Yeah, man. Like outside of a Green Lantern Corps movie, no one in Hollywood would do that. That's why I have a little faith in this Gunn universe because of his track record, the stuff that I know that he's willing to do that other people in Hollywood just haven't done.
And you know he's gonna eventually do the Green Lantern Corps. It's just inevitable.
Right.
It's inevitable.
100%.
Features Nathan Fillion returning as the Guy Gardner Green Lantern from Superman Legacy. See? It's all connected. There's also the Game of Thrones inspired political drama.
Oh yeah, here's the Wonder Woman star, Paradise Lost. A game in
it's not even confirmed that she's gonna be in that. It's gonna be about the mascara, but there's nothing saying that Wonder Woman herself is actually gonna be in that. And even this project itself is it's been in the waters since this whole announcement, which I'm like, oh, okay. But,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're right. There is some to that, but even if it is like a prequel to, her, that's what it'll be. It'll be a build up, that will be the catalyst to where we do get Wonder Woman. I mean, they're not just going to make a Themyscira show and then never make a Wonder Woman something. You know what I mean? Like if they're making that, it's inevitable that she's coming.
But if they do Themyscira, there were other champions for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, there's a whole cast. They could do a whole show without her.
Yeah.
But if they do, she's coming. Like I don't think they would do that and then she ain't coming.
Yeah, she'll be the ultimate hope for them.
Right, exactly. And like it'll end up.
Which takes place on Wonder Woman's home island, Themyscira, prior to Diana's birth, and an outright comment.
So yeah, it's prior to her birth. Yeah, it's a prequel to. So it's about the people, and which if you think about like how Game of Thrones has the spinoff, right? House of Dragon, which takes place before anyone's born. So we've already seen enough stuff that we know who Wonder Woman is. It's not like we can't see a movie about what happened before she was born and not understand what's going on. So I think it's a, we'll see, but I think it's not a guaranteed flop. Booster Gold, on the other hand, no. I don't know about this guy. I don't know much about this character. I know he's a
Nah,
goofball,
yeah,
funny.
he's
Yeah,
funny.
and he's probably pretty cool, and I'm sure he's really popular. Like people like him.
Yeah,
So he's not a character I think I would like. I would think that I would like, but stuff that I have seen and heard, like the comics are good. So
yeah. Booster Gold is another one. He's a smart ass. It's
right,
like,
he's like a yeah, he's a
and
cocky, arrogant Johnny Cage kind of guy.
yeah, and I think Gunn. That's. I think Gunn is
Star Lord,
giving us him. Every
right?
character that he has done that is a smart ass character, that's actually him. That is
Yeah,
Gunn. Gunn is an
probably.
asshole, smart ass dude,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
gravitates towards those
yeah.
characters. If
Yeah.
you look at every movie he's done so far in this superhero market, they all been assholes, and you love them, but they're assholes and dickheads, but they're funny, and you can relate to them in such a way where, all right, this is a guy that's mad cool, but he's a dickhead, but hey, yeah, we can deal with him.
Right.
You know,
Yep. That's how
so
he is.
and
Yep.
that's good. I think that's him.
Yep. Absolutely.
Race wannabe Booster Gold, who time travels to the present day
And yeah, he time travels. That's his whole thing. He's a time traveler.
and uses future tech to pose as a superhero.
He comes to the. He's not a. He's like a regular asshole where he's from. He's not a superhero at all. But he uses the future technology from where he's from. Comes back to our time, and using that technology is a superhero because using that technology, he's able to do shit no one else can do in our time.
He's part of
So
the Legion of superheroes.
exactly, greatest hero you've never heard of, Smallville.
It's everything DC has in store, unless that online campaign for Netflix to buy the rights to DCU so that Zack Snyder can finish his Justice League sequel.
Woo!
Oh yeah, that's super old.
George Clooney returning as Batman
Okay,
again.
come on now. All right, Joe. IMDb, check it out. That's how they get down. Wow. Yeah, dog. That's some cool shit. The Creature Commandos trailer. I think I have. Let me see if I have it.
No, I think DC's really putting it together properly, man. I mean,
Uh-huh.
despite what they always gotta display some kind of controversy to get everybody interested, because controversy sells. Even though they'll take something minute and blow it up, but
Right.
for the most part, they're doing the right things, and I think it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off in a big way. It's going to pay off so much. Marvel's changing up their strategy due to DC.
Right.
It's strange because
Right.
now they're doing 3 movies a year or so, or something like that.
I think that the DC stuff is going to be better than the Marvel stuff we've had lately. 100%. I think all this Gun DC stuff, Superman, all that stuff, I think it's going to be better than anything we've seen since Endgame. That's me, but well, we'll see. But which would be crazy, but actually wouldn't be crazy because if you ask me, James Gunn's movies are the best thing in the MCU, which all they're doing is changing the characters. It's still James Gunn comic book style movie. So why would it be worse just because they're using DC characters?
It just depends. It depends on how much of himself and his writing style that he puts
Right.
on certain characters, because certain characters don't need that.
Right.
But it depends. I'm cautiously optimistic because the DC brand at this point, as far as like movies and animated stuff, it's absolutely abysmal thanks to
Yeah.
like WB and just other people involved. So I don't know. I think everything sounds great. Well, actually, no, I don't. But I think some things sound cool.
Yeah.
In application, we'll
Yeah.
see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just cautiously optimistic for now.
That's wise. That's fair. That's valid. Yeah, for sure. Because it could go any way. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like but the potential is definitely there, and the track record, in my opinion, is solid. So, but like you said, how much is he involved? And that's the thing. Hopefully he'll be involved enough in the right places, because he's not going to be writing every project. He's not going to be directing every project. He couldn't possibly. He's just sort of overseeing every project, and he'll write and direct some what he can. And so, how that will translate, that's what we'll have to find out. But this is the Creature Commandos trailer that for the animated movie. This is the very first project for James Gunn's universe. It hasn't started yet. There's anything that we've seen so far, Joker, all those movies, they're not part of it. Creature Commandos starts it with this cartoon movie, animated movie, and Superman is the first live action project in the DCU in James Gunn's. So this will be the first one. This is a little trailer right here.
Of an international incident.
Hang on. Let me speed it up a little.
States is in business of saving the damn world.
I mean, here you go. Waller. She's in everything. So we're getting a lot of fucking Waller. And at the same time, I mean, she's a black woman, so
I think her show is gonna really base her in how she thinks and why she thinks and does what she does. That's what I think the Waller show is really going to be about. It's just about her process and how she's handling with the metahumans or what have you, the superheroes, and how she has to deal with them and what affected her.
Right.
Right.
And some of these characters, these are all monsters. These are all based on Hollywood monsters, like Frankenstein and shit like that.
Frankenstein, yeah.
King Kong and. Whoa. Okay, so it's gonna be invincible, like bloody.
These assholes aren't human.
Wasn't that one of Grodd's people?
Huh?
That was one of Grodd's people.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd. Yeah.
Who's Jason in the army?
Yo, Sada, you gotta admit this looks hella good.
It does look interesting. I'll say that.
It's business. The weasel. It's just like it's Nina Mazursky. That's one is G.I. Robot.
That motherfucker there is crazy.
Oh, I love that shit. That GI robot looks dope. World War II footage, man. But this looks hella good. This looks way better than I was expecting. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really wasn't excited for this because like the Creature Commando, this actually looks fucking good.
I know you weren't exactly enthusiastic about this mission. I realized I had a choice. You wanted me to be a hero. Let me find out the truth. What's going on here?
The music is crazy. That's a dope song.
Cool stuff.
Woo! Come on, y'all. Ah, Lord, this is definitely
that robot is a homicidal maniac.
Dog,
That's now that I have heard that about the
He's a homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yes.
You need therapy. Monster. Monster.
Oh yeah, that's coming out this year. Goodness gracious.
I'm sold.
Yeah. On that too. What?
Yeah.
Dope.
I'm definitely sold. That's hard. Yeah. That's gonna be dope. Yeah, man, it's a dope DC enthusiasts I think will definitely dig it. Creature Commandos are definitely a cool unknown Guardians of the Galaxy Suicide Squad type, you know, thing. Gunn's used to doing that. Monstrous Soldier Squad from the fan favorite comic books and all of that stuff. And according to DC Comics, this squad of brutal soldiers was created during World War II for missions that were too harsh for ordinary soldiers. Similarly, in Gunn's animated series, the Commandos will follow Amanda Waller's orders, and the imprisoned monsters will be released and sent to dangerous missions, just like the Suicide Squad originally. So this is sort of they're like the birth of the Suicide Squad in a way. Her first Suicide Squad, and animated series. It will be was announced soon after Gunn and Safran became the CEOs of the DC studios. I think fans have been waiting for this series since its announcement. So if you're one of them, know that Creature Commandos will hit Max on December 5th, 2024, and will conclude on January 16th, 2025, with its 7th episode. So seven episode miniseries. The animated series will follow a 7-episode schedule focusing on how Amanda Waller selected these monsters and formed the Ruthless Team. Not only this, but Gunn also hinted at the possibility of these commandos appearing in live-action projects of the DC studios. So what they're going to do is use this it's a 7-episode series about her compiling the team.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is it's not like episode 1 she'll compile the team and then we'll get 6 episodes of the team doing shit. No, this is 7 episodes about the formation of the team is what they're saying, which means that they're just doing that to set these characters up because they will be in other shit, moving forward, and you have to know who they are, you have to care about them, you have to know a story, you have to have seen a movie, you know what I mean? Like, you have to and so if they just were to pop these characters in these projects down the line and no one had seen this show, no one would care about them, nobody would know who they are. It wouldn't work. So that's what it sounds like they're doing with the show, and sounds like what Marvel was saying they were going to do with their Disney Plus shows. But the exact plot details are completely guarded, but we do know that it will start with Waller's decision to assemble the monsters from prisons and send them on dangerous secret tasks as like training or auditioning or whatever. And one of the cast members, Frank Grillo, confirmed that Creature Commandos is a hard R, which we just saw in the trailer is definitely a fact. We saw like Rick Flag was the guy in the very beginning. That's voiced by Frank Grillo, who's also going to play the character Rick Flag in the live action Superman. I think he's in right away. He's in Peacemaker. I'm not sure what else.
He's great.
Yeah.
But I think the animation is the best way to do origin stories. It cuts to the chase. You can do a lot of stuff with it.
Matrix did it great. Matrix is a great example.
So
remember they did the origin, the Animatrix.
Animatrix.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, it was so good. That was so
good.
That was my favorite part of the Matrix franchise, to be honest. I like it better than the movies. That shit was fucking amazing.
Matrix.
Yes.
Yeah, man. But
as Waller says, we can't use human prisoners. So she shows a glimpse into what it's like inside the monster prison, saying these assholes aren't human. Followed by Rick Flag asking her about the bride, as she never fails to flaunt her ruthless personality. And so the trailer continues to feature other characters, like we saw Weasel, G.I. Robot, Dr. Phosphorus, Frankenstein, Nina Mazersky. Captain Rick Flag then takes them, around, with him, set for, their biggest mission ever. And before the trailer ends, the bride confirms that they were the monsters Waller and her team wanted. What makes the animated series engaging is the voice cast behind it, right? And James Gunn ensuring that each character gets a unique voice, and that the voice, cast of Creature Commandos includes Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, the same actress playing her in the live action version of the character. Frank Grillo as Rick Flag, live action. Uh, uh, Indria Verma as the Bride of Frankenstein, Zoe Chow as Nina Mazursky, and David Harbour as Eric Frankenstein. David Harbour from Stranger Things and shit like that. And he was in the Marvel in the
Yeah, he was the red
yeah,
I forget his
the red Russian guy.
name.
Yeah. But yeah, cast members like David Harbour and well, you have other cast members. You have Maria Bakalova as the Princess Alana Rostovic. You have Steve Agee as John Economos. We saw Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus, Sean Gunn as GI Robot, Weasel, and Weasel. He's doing both voices. And then Benjamin Byron as Rupert Thorne and Anna Charlotta as Cersei. Cast members like David Harbour, Marika Balaclava, Frank Grillo have previously worked in live action. So they'll know how to engage fans and stuff like that. So and then of course the newcomers to the genre hold significant experience in the entertainment industry elsewhere. So it's a great lineup and has all the necessary potential to be dope.
I want to see how Frankenstein and his wife act amongst each other.
Word.
That'll be something.
Be like, yo,
yeah. The Superman movie. So at New York Comic Con recently, James Gunn gave us an update on the progress of Superman 2025. It used to be called Superman Legacy, which I thought was a sick ass name. For some reason, it's just called Superman.
Thank God.
yeah.
I did not like
Everyone seems really happy.
lie.
Yeah, everybody seems really happy with it. So I guess it's the way to go.
Legacy sounds old, like it's carrying a whole bunch of weight with it. So it's like when you say legacy, that means okay, we all know the legacy of Superman throughout the years and history of
I thought it felt like it was like more of like this is that original Superman that everybody wants, that Man of Steel wasn't, and all that. It's like OG Superman. That's how I took it. But I guess maybe what you're saying is probably why they chopped it off and just called it. Gunn said, after I watched the footage and shit like that, or he said I watched something, I saw something, I was looking at it, and I knew that the movie just had to be just called Superman. Which I thought that the first Superman movie was just called Superman. But it's called Superman the movie. Is that
yeah.
Is that the difference? I just thought it was called Superman.
Nah, I think the movie, I think that was a part of it. I think that was
it might be. But I always just called it Superman. Everybody I know called it Superman. That's what we all called it.
For that, you had the serials. The old one with I forget the other Reeves, the original.
Yeah.
That was man. And
what's his name?
He was he another
George Reeves. George Reeves.
And
it's a slight different spelling. They're not related at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
George Reeves, they did a dope movie called Hollywoodland with Ben Affleck. That was a really good movie about George Reeves.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck plays him.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, nice.
You didn't know that? You never saw that one?
Yeah, I think he was the one that committed suicide.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, spoiler alert. He just blew it for you.
I mean, if you do the research on the guy,
but nah, it's bro.
I knew that when I was little because
Hollywoodland. It's called Hollywoodland. If you haven't seen it,
yeah,
it's fucking good. It's a good movie. Really good. I think it's one of his best roles. I'm not like a Ben Affleck fan. It's one of his best roles.
Yeah, it's serious
by far.
Yeah, my man, depression, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I say he had depression and a lot of going on with him.
Mm.
Wow.
very depressed
He had to
dude.
play
It's
the
sad.
strong
Fucking
Superman. He had to be that character all the time because people look
word.
towards him to be Superman.
And as he was getting older, he was like getting a little gut and is going gray. And Hollywood was kind of like shunning him a little bit. He's kind of losing his prestige. And then like this old, oh, bro,
It's
I
tragic.
can't even get into it. It's tragic. It's hella sad, but it's deep. It's not even just like it's a sad Hollywood movie. It's fucking well written, bro. It's like a good ass novel, bro. It's a good ass movie, but I can't say enough. But Gunn appeared alongside his Creature Commandos cast for a panel at the New York Comic Con, which he said the movie's going extraordinarily well. We're deep in the process of editing. David Corenswet is going to blow people the fuck away. He's the movie star that everyone just dreams he could possibly be. I don't think anyone understands the depth of this guy's talent. Dramatically, comedically, he's the best physical action star I've ever worked with probably except for protests from the group on stage, Frank Grillo and Rachel Brosnahan. People are going to die for her as Lois. End quote. And then he like moved in to discuss, the progress of Superman, which wrapped filming at the end of July, and teased when fans can expect to see this trailer. He said, it's been a great process. The editing is getting really close to being good. The movie's good. I feel good about it. When pressed about whether he has footage with him on the trailer, he said, don't get too excited. There's no trailer, no Superman trailer. I have some stuff on my phone, but I had it taken off me in case people attacked me.
Okay.
He said it won't be too long until we see a trailer, but it's not going to be too soon.
So I mean, the way he's talking about
Probably like 6 months, we'll see a trailer.
Cool.
Jesus Christ. That's when the movie's
no,
gonna come out.
you know what? We're gonna see the trailer. We ain't gonna see it in 6 months. We're gonna see that at the Super Bowl. He's just
Yeah,
doing
I would say like Super Bowl for sure.
yeah,
Doing
Super Bowl or New Year's or some shit.
yeah.
Or
And,
Christmas, whatever. Yeah.
He's touting.
When is the Super Bowl? I'm not a sports dude. I have no idea.
February 3rd or some shit like
it's
that.
usually in February.
You could have told me. You could have told me June. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
February.
I really.
But, he's
okay.
this lady to be a good Lois Lane. She better be better than Margot Kidder, because ain't never been a Lois Lane since.
Yeah.
Been, except for the one in the TV series, the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, but the last one that was with Henry Cavill, she was kind of bland. Like,
Amy Adams, good grief, yeah, she was so boring. There was nothing there.
Like puzzled at everything. I'm like, yo, fucking Lois Lane is badass. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, she spent like 80% of her time staring at Superman, then grieving over Superman, and just staring at things. So I was just like, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, like, he was at Comic-Con saying there's no trailer yet. Because I mean, he's at Comic-Con, so people are expecting that he's gonna like throw the trailer up right now and shit like that. Like that's what people were expecting, and so he was like trying to kind of temper expectations of an imminent release. So when he says won't be too long, that's huge news. Even with the caveat that it won't be too soon, it's still him tempering, this imminent release, I think, that people were having in the audience. But I think his comments, on how close the edit is to a completed form are very telling. And he previously enigmatically answered a question on Threads from a fan whether when we should expect the trailer by the end of the year, with a thinking emoji prompting the inevitable rounds of speculation. So maybe by the end of the year, but I think you guys are right. I think Super Bowl is right where we're going to see it. We're going to see it right around after January.
Yeah, because that's where all the eyes are watching. Like,
right.
Super Bowl. Even if you're not a sports fan, the Super Bowl is happening, and the commercials.
Yeah, you're gonna look up the ads, if anything. So,
and that's gonna be what, 4 months before it comes out. I think it comes out in July, so February, March, April, May, June. That's 5. So 5 or 6 months. Will they do a trailer 5 or 6 months before it comes out?
Yeah,
Honestly, yeah, just to take
Yeah,
advantage of the attention that would be
they
there for the
should.
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
a
They
nice
Like they
should.
would probably do like a teaser, heavy teaser, and
Yeah,
then kind of
that's right.
toast
and it
for
Do a couple
yeah,
between. Yeah,
and you
yeah.
know
Do a heavy.
what? He'll probably give you that old film score.
Mhm.
yeah.
I wouldn't even be
That
mad.
that right there go crazy.
I
Like,
wouldn't even be mad,
oh,
bro.
oh, he's
Bro,
coming.
people would tear up, bro. People would tear up. Straight
Hell
up
yeah,
and down.
I
People would
definitely
tear
would.
up.
It's
Motherfuckers would
crazy.
cry, boo. Yeah, bro.
Like, yo, because Superman we need.
But
Word.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's I think that would give him, it gives him 8 months they've got now to complete this movie that's done filming. That's got to edit it. And so it's going to be an immense, I'm sure, intense marketing campaign. But looking back to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Gunn released the first trailer on December 1st, 2022, ahead of the release May 5th, 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 had a longer window, with the first teaser dropping in October 19th, 2016, before the sequel actually released in 2017. And then the first Guardians trailer dropped February 18th, 2024, before the movie's August 1st, 2024. 14, sorry, not 4, sorry, 14 release.
But that
Averaging those out, you get somewhere between 5 and 6 months, roughly,
but
between trailer and movie. So it's about right.
but then really the release dates, Gunn had nothing with the Marvel release dates because he didn't
Right,
have control of
right,
the whole thing. So this he
right.
has the control to drop it whenever the hell he feel. So it's like,
Hmm,
he
hmm.
might drop it on Thanksgiving and we be eating like, what the you know what I mean? Like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. I mean,
motherfuckers
typical
to
average,
watch the
regular, typical like average release dates. The window of like 3 to 6 months before release is adopted by studios, which would, take us to the end of 2025. 2024's CCXP in Brazil lands on December 4th. So if you're looking for logical points on the calendar, that would coincide with the release of Creature Commandos December 5th, and could work into their wider marketing for the DCU ahead of Superman kicking off the movie slate. But his comments about David Corenswet's performance as Superman will feed into that hype campaign, and particularly given his tenure in the MCU and the action performances that he's already overseen, that his track record, and calling out both on Corenswet and co-star Frank Grillo for their performances ahead of Superman is eye-opening, and unique. It's not typical. So yeah, it's cool. And I think the universe itself is coming together. I think Gods and Monsters, I don't know. Some people are saying it's crazy, like it's confusing. I don't find it remotely confusing. I think it's working out well. I think it's going as planned. Um, no surprises yet. No weird surprises. No disappointments yet. So everything's good at this point, which is a good thing. And that trailer, man, I gotta admit, way better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought Creature Commandos was gonna kind of be boring. I'll keep it a buck. I was not excited. I totally am excited now.
yeah. Wait till you see the psychopath. They gotta have to try to control him because every time he just wants to kill. GI Robot. Yo, as soon as they said GI Robot, I was like, oh shit. Here we
Yep.
go.
And then outside of that,
Again.
the DCU, we still have the Batman 2, and we still have Penguin, we still have Matt Reeves' universe, the whole Batman universe. He's doing sequels, he's got other shows and shit lined up. So Batman 2 is going to come out October 2nd, 2026, way after, Superman stuff. And then director Matt Reeves is back on it, of course, and he's going to be, going deeper into the underworld, which we've seen in Penguin has been a phenomenal show so far. Loving it. Deep into the whole, comic book mafia, which comic book mafia. If you're a fan of like mafia movies, gangster movies, Sopranos, any of that stuff, you will be triggered a lot watching Penguin. You'd be like, there's no fucking way anyone would do that. A gangster wouldn't do that. The guy wouldn't do that. No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. They didn't. No, 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 no. But if you can suspend that shit and look at it as a comic book, because in the comics, the mafia is very not, it's not like the mafia in the movies or in real life. It's not strictly Sicilian. I mean, in the Penguin, look, you've got one of the main guy. I mean, I didn't see anybody with Sicilian. Like, nobody's barely Italian. They're named for Falcone and Maroni, but you've got Clancy, what's his name, playing Maroni. Like, it doesn't even look remotely Italian. His wife is speaking Farsi. It's not even, it's totally comic book mafia, which is totally cool if you look at it from that aspect. And once I did that, I really got into the show. So I don't know if you're one of those who's like, this isn't realistic, put that down, watch it as a comic book, and man, it's good. It's really good. And the their name's escaping me at the moment. I'll think of it in a second. Who's playing Sophia Falcone? Just absolutely stunning. She's killing it. I love her performance, and I love that. The last 2 episodes were killer. The episode of her origin, like where she goes to Arkham, if you haven't seen that yet, I think it's 4. Catch up. That shit is hard. So yeah, but with the Batman 2, it's going to be horror-y. It's going to have some horror aspect to it. With the Joker looking ghoulish and all that stuff that we've already seen. It's a very dark take. I mean, Batman 1 was already, if you ask me, a blend with a very Seven. Yeah, it was like Seven, like the movie Seven. I got a lot of vibes of like the movie Seven. So that movie, it's I think one of the best horror movies of all time, if you would consider horror. I don't know, true crime or what.
True crime, psychotic shit. Yeah,
Psychotic,
like a thriller type.
Yeah, thriller. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, it's got those vibes, man, and I think it's gonna be good. Hopefully we'll get guys like Clayface or Scarecrow. I really want to see Clayface because we have never seen Clayface in live action. A lot of cool shit they can do there. But Robert Pattinson definitely is coming back as Bruce Wayne, of course, and
I think we got
deep.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
Glimmers of Scarecrow, because who created that formula with that, the drug, if y'all don't know.
Well, the Julian Rush guy, he's a new character, but I don't know if he's gonna be connected to Scarecrow in any way. A lot of people, there was speculation, the guy in Penguin, so we don't know how he's gonna develop, because right now he's just a developing character. He is just now teaming up with Sophia Falcone in the show.
Yeah.
And he just got linked back up with her, and he's like, let's do this shit.
Yeah, that's gonna
hell yeah.
This shit is hard.
Absolutely.
And then they talk about, Hollywood talking about overdoing female leads. Like,
right.
This is a female lead for your ass.
It works.
Absolutely.
So dope.
It definitely
I
works.
appreciate what they're doing. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
You need a card?
Yeah.
You need the card? Yeah. So we're like, my wallet's right there. Get the Vero. Nah, actually, grab my wallet here. But yeah, we're 5 episodes down. We got 3 more episodes to go. It's an 8-episode series. You have all the Matt Reeves is the EP on the show. The showrunner Lauren LaFranc from everybody from the Batman movie. Kristen Milioti is her name. And the Penguin, yeah, all a lot of good shit that we've seen so far, and lot still to come. But it's a good thing for for Oz, because he's going to need as much time as possible to keep moving, to stay alive, figure out a plan of attack, because he's down right now. He fucked up. He fucked up hard.
He's
He fucked
down
up.
bad right
Yeah.
now. Good grief.
Ooh,
Fuck.
ooh,
Yeah.
word.
Luckily,
Even
homie got him out that one situation, but damn.
you know what I mean? Like even his mom is like, "Get the fuck off me." No, I was like, "Yo, she's nasty." But yeah, it's not an easy thing to pull off during normal stressful times. But the fact that Oz has now Sophia and Maroni breathing down his neck after him now against him, because he was teamed up with Sophia. He fucked that up. I still felt he could have salvaged it. I don't know why he pulled off on her. That was
it
ill,
crazy, like
No.
how quickly he just
bro.
demolished that.
No.
Why didn't he
I
just? He should have ran and grabbed her and been like, come on, and then threw her in the car and like, yo, she's full of shit.
Nah, bro. The way when she said you didn't know he killed your brother in her face, and then he looked like he was shook at that.
Yeah, I know.
That
He
was
fucked
it.
up.
He
Yeah.
Fucked up.
That was it. She was like,
they should have been like, she's full of shit. Fuck, she
nah,
talking about?
because she already knew it. Let's get to the real. She knew it. She wanted it confirmed more.
Yeah,
She wanted.
she suspected him from the first episode.
She did, but
Yeah.
she's suspicious of everybody. But he could have played it off a little longer. He definitely
He's
could
also
have.
kind of a terrible liar. I'm not gonna lie.
He's not exactly. He can't do it. He can't pull it off. He can't lie to her.
And
Maybe he knew that. Maybe he was like, fuck it.
and then what he did to her in the beginning, where it's he technically ratted on her. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Well,
she already got feelings about his ass. Like you are a fucking rat.
now it's there's no coming back at all. And but yeah, that with all that in mind, here's what's ahead with the next episode, chapter 6, with Oz looking to expand his reach despite the exposure putting him in Sophia and Maroni's crosshairs, and Victor confronting a ghost from his past. It looks crazy. I got the trailer and shit right here. Hold on. It's coming.
Yeah, this show is like wild dope.
Yeah, bro, it's phenomenal. Wait, is this the trailer for episode 6?
Sometimes they put out little
File
teasers
checking
for
trailer
it.
for
It
the
might
new
be.
series. Just
Nah, it's just the trailer for the show. My bad, Joe. I sold you a dream.
I know they sometimes put out like little teasers, but I
Yeah.
don't know if there was one for this.
Oh, here it is.
Episode.
Here it is.
Right after
I knew it was here. Here it is. Hold on, I found it. I'm sorry.
It should be like 30.
It's like a little.
seconds.
Yeah, it's like a little preview, like you said. Hang on, let me. Bink. All right, it's a little teaser, a little preview. In the turtle lair. I got down in the subway. Chopping up Breaking Bad, red Breaking Bad dope. He wants to be the guy in the neighborhood that takes care of people. Remember, that was the story he was telling Falcone's son, the guy he kills in the very beginning of the movie. He's telling him about the story about the gangster that used to go around the neighborhood. Everybody knew him and shit. And the guy made fun of him for thinking so small. But that's what he's talking about right here. We'll take him back up.
It's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah. Mid-season trailer.
Who's got the powers? Falcons? Marines? That's what the streets are asking. Why the hell not us?
Some measly driver. It's been a bullshit story about me. Me, the daughter of the Falcon Don. What did they do to you?
I got out of here.
We had a deal. We look after each other. We don't fuck each other over.
I tried everything I did for you.
Can't take care of his old mother.
She never look at me again.
Oh,
You got a problem? I don't want to get in the fight again. What else I could do?
And all us to feel pain. I need him to suffer for what he's done. Father's legacy is dead. Future me.
it's dope. Like he's gonna like start his own little empire, his own little family. He's got his own crew, and he's gonna go against the Maronis and the Falcones. Sophia. Not even the Falcones anymore. What are they now? The Gigantes.
Yeah, some other offshoot.
No, they're the Gigantes now because that's Sophia Falcone's mother's maiden name, Gigante.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, fuck that. They killed my mom, fuck them, and now we're the Gigante family. And all the gangsters were like, yeah, we got your back. Like, never would remotely be possible to happen in the real mafia. But okay, suspend that as a comic book. But it's a dope story, man. It's for a comic. It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, the phone. That's your chance. Keep the fucking kingdom in here, Sophia.
And then we take all this.
Wild.
Nah,
They really pulled like majority of that footage from the last week's episode,
That-
which is pretty funny.
yeah. And the next one, the trailer we just watched before, and the last one, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah.
Smart.
Penguin previews.
Yeah,
It's
honestly,
smart.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Talking about the Batman, you can predict what he's doing. Spin-off series. So yeah, it's 1 week after the events of the Batman movie, and for some reason, Batman's like, well, here's the thing. Where's Batman? Where's Batman? Honestly, I'm glad Batman's not in the show. He would take away from the show. He would totally take away from the characters in the show. I don't think he would fit at all. As far as people going like, why isn't he stopping the crime? It's like, first of all, Gotham City is not, Mayberry. It's not even New York. It's massive, and there's he's one guy. He can't be stopping every street crime that's going on in Gotham. So you're not going to see him everywhere. And the little stuff that's going on with Oz, absolutely conceivably, he would not be a part of. I mean, even in the movie The Batman, he wasn't a part of everything that the mafia was doing. We didn't see him because we didn't see shit they were doing.
Yeah.
So,
and remember, Batman's on a humanitarian thing right now. He's rescuing people. He's doing all these other things too. And I guess his Bat Cave, whatever he had in the city below, is flooded out.
Yeah.
right.
All his
He's still recovering from the first movie. If I remember correctly, he barely got out of there. He had to like take an adrenaline shot to keep going. Like that man's like sitting out right now. It's been a week.
He's comatose right now.
Right. Yeah, he's not. It's not. It doesn't bother me. He's not in it. It doesn't take away from it. That's not in it. And like I said, I think it would take away from it if he was in it.
Yeah, it would.
But
this is the Penguin story shit.
Yeah. He said, as we were writing the movie, The Batman, I was like, hey, you know what? I think there are some cool shows that we could do. It was actually why I wanted to make our deal at Warner Brothers. That's cool. He said, there's another television exploration we're going to do. We're looking at this entire world as it relates to who Batman is.
They're tagging this around him. Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarecrow, the drug dealer. Yeah.
Mhm.
In itself. You got shoot, you can well the Joker is just self-explanatory, but you got Killer Croc,
Yeah.
like you said, Clayface.
Yeah.
Shit, you even got Deadshot.
Right.
You know,